You hit a home run with piss pants?
Yeah, and the whole team like was on me, like lifting me up and like hype.
You guys are touching my pee.
You guys didn't. Nobody here knows that I pissed myself.
Warning. You're about to embark on an adventure of epic proportions. Buckle up, bucko. You're now tuned in to the Epic Show with your hosts, Gabe and Dave. Coming to you live from the Epic Center.
Why don't you ever shut up?
I
should have never given you this platform.
I bought all this
You
stuff.
don't stop talking.
I bought all this stuff so that nobody can tell me to shut up, so.
You do
like,
own this stuff,
maybe
so you could mute me, essentially.
Try talking now. I muted myself. I muted myself.
I was pretending like I was muted anyway.
I could literally cut out anything.
Your subconscious knew who to mute.
Try to say an opinion on something right now.
Okay, the earth is...
You just said nothing because I just edited that out. So, in post. You can't beat an editor in an argument, man. And even if you...
But what if I kill God?
Editors are God. So you have to kill me. All right, man.
Shouldn't be too hard of a task.
We have a lot of things going on this week.
A lot of misfortunes this week.
Oh, God, I have some misfortunes. I have some experiences that I had this week. But tell me about some of your... Let's get into your misfortunes of the week.
Let's start with a misfortune, and then let's start with a good thing.
So fortune and misfortune.
Well, there was misfortune in my good thing as well.
So the good news and the bad news?
So the bad news is I was looking for a car dealership job. You know, sales, I feel like I could do good in sales, but Carl Black of Kennesaw did not think that I would be a very good fit for their team.
I actually thought the opposite of that.
Yeah. I actually went in there and I think they were lying to me about this as well, because I think they saw me in person. They were like, oh.
Like just randomly?
No, like whenever I walked in. I mean, I have tattoos all over and like I'm big and brash. And I did not look like the other salesmen that were there. So I was like, okay.
The fresh cut was.
And they told me that they're, you know what's so, they told me to come in for an interview. And then whenever I got there, they told me that their interviewer wasn't there. So I think that they saw me
you
and they were like, send him out. And they just told me, they were like, you know, we'll give you a call back to come back and interview. 4 days goes by and I call them and I'm like, hey, I was just following up. I was told to call. Thought I was going to get given a call for an interview back. And then she was like, oh yeah. I looked at
the interview.
Yeah. She was like, I looked at your resume and you don't seem to be experienced enough for us. And I was like, with 1 year of car sales? I was like, it's a full year of car sales.
Yeah.
That I put in the interview. I mean, I lied. I don't have a full year, but I mean,
you did sell a couple cars.
I sold a couple cars, yeah, and then I got fired
on Etsy.
On Etsy, I sold like 3 Lightning McQueens and 1 Tomater.
Come on, guys.
They were all made out of.
I've seen all the movies.
Gingerbread and Rumple snacks.
They're like, yeah, I see you have a lot of tattoos, and you're like, yeah, here's, and it's just like Lightning McQueen, like on your
Here, I love cars.
It's like Tomater and Lightning McQueen like making out. See that? So I can start.
And their like exhaust is like inside of each other. But yeah, no, they told me to rash off.
Yeah.
It's okay though. I mean, I live with my mom now, so no risk.
True. So now you got to apply to the other 45.
I don't know, dude. I don't know
block.
if working is really my thing. You know what I thought about on the way over here, or while you were on the way over here? I was like, damn, I should go to welding school. And I thought that was a good idea. And I was like,
You would hate that.
I don't want to weld.
Yeah,
I don't dream of labor.
I don't think anybody wants to weld.
No, it's good money.
It's good money.
Okay, yeah. And then what? I die?
You're like, yeah, it's really dangerous too.
Well, underwater welding is.
Okay.
Underwater welding is the lifespan. Well, they get paid rackades, dude, like a ton of money.
Yeah.
And then, but the lifespan is the day you start training, you got 15 years.
Yeah.
But you get paid good.
I think it's the same for like.
You're just like, realistically, you're just being kind of a fall guy for the rest of your family lineage.
Yeah.
And you're setting your kids up so that they don't have to do it.
Or you're like floating underwater like Doc Ock when he falls with the.
Yeah,
the
you're just
ball.
like down there,
Oh.
like taking the fall for your family. So, I mean, if you want to do that.
Yeah. Sacrificial.
But somebody in my family should have done that for me.
Nobody did for me.
No one took the bullet for me.
Out of all the people that were there that could have done it, none of them did it.
That's true. And you know what I was thinking about also? Like, it's so obvious to me, but like, this is Lola, guys. I don't
It's
know
a
if
new-
you guys
it's
can
a
see
new
it.
character,
It's a new character unlocked.
Down here,
New rat.
but-
So you know how like our families are white?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually Italian.
Well, you're Italian,
so
but like
this doesn't count.
that means that like every single person from your family line has just fucked another white person. And like has never ever gone out. Like it's never occurred to your family lineage to like get another race pregnant.
Yeah.
Isn't that so
I guess
weird?
so.
I think about it all the time.
I never thought about that.
I think about it all the time, but like I'm like, oh yeah, Latina girl, whatever.
Yeah, like
But that is an original thought in this in
That's the
in my
first thought that's
family's
ever
timeline.
happened.
In my family's timeline, that
Me
is an
too.
original idea.
yeah,
Like,
we're changing the
we're
game for our
cycle breaking.
families.
We're cycle breaking.
We're like probably the most impactful for the. I mean, we're
I probably am the most impactful person who's ever lived in my family. Well, I haven't done 23andMe, so I haven't done the family tree line.
besides Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah.
yeah.
Besides that one famous butcher
Yeah.
who lived in my family,
Well, I don't know.
who
'cause-
somehow accomplished more than me.
Yeah. Because my grandparents were immigrants. So my
Ooh.
grandpa literally escaped
I
from
think
Nazis.
So were mine. Oh, mine were the Nazis.
Oh, they probably tortured my grandpa. Well, no, my grandpa didn't get tortured, but he escaped.
My
Yeah.
family definitely thought about torturing you.
Well, I don't have any Jewish people in my family, despite popular opinion.
Oh, that is a popular opinion.
A lot of people thought I was Jewish.
Well, maybe I should change that.
Do I give like Jewish vibes?
You give Jew.
It's giving Jew.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's giving accountant.
Okay. No, but my grandpa was German and he fled via boat, escaped from a boat.
Okay, so he was a good Nazi.
He wasn't a Nazi. He was just German. There was bombings going on. Like just German civilians weren't involved with Nazis. But yeah, he was actually held at gunpoint by
By
a
who?
Nazi.
Oh, really?
He was like hiding. I don't know why.
And he got up out of there?
He hid.
Why
in
would
a
the
Nazi,
Germans hide?
He said that he pissed himself though. He was like 12,
Oh, really?
and he
And that's all you know about him.
that's like all the stories really. But
It sounds like his life sucked.
well, he's kind of racist now.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't really understand that.
What is he racist to? Everything. Yeah.
So like I don't understand like how you're gonna like escape one of the
Racism.
most like oppressive things. Well, I don't want to say most, but like
Yeah.
Nazis are up there like
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most
they're
in recent
winning
history
the
for sure.
oppression. Like
Well, yeah. But I mean, you got to understand their side though. Is
do not
They-
defend.
well, no, I'm not defending, but there is two
So you-
sides to this coin.
So
So-
what is inside the brain of a Nazi?
Well, I mean, realistically, if you want to get into this. So, I mean, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but they were going for, they were trying to create, it's eugenics. Like they were trying to create like the perfect race. So like they weren't, and also I know some people don't like to hear this, but Germany was financially oppressed by the Jews for hundreds of years, and they were on the brink of extinction before Hitler came.
Okay.
And then Hitler really, this is just me simple terming it, but I mean, Hitler just played the hardest game of payback ever. So. I mean, he saw like his grandparents and his parents suffer through financial, and all of his friends and his entire country suffer through financial, like literal financial asphyxiation. Like they were on the brink of extinction.
Yeah.
But he brought them back pretty hard.
Whatever. Where we got.
We're rambling.
So, but what else happened? You.
Oh yeah. Besides that, dude, we have to cut a lot of that out.
Probably.
But yeah, let's talk about my softball game. So I get told that I'm joining a men's softball team 2 days before the first game.
Yeah.
Right? Unprepared, out of shape. I mean, I've been out of shape, but and I've also been unprepared. But I go in there and we start creaming these guys. Like,
and these are like older people?
Yeah,
like
these are all older men. Like,
yeah.
Probably the youngest person on the team was like 27. And we're up 7-1 on these guys. But I fell 3 times.
Yeah.
Like I tumbled and like I made a couple errors and I fell down on the ground pretty hard. I scraped my knees and got really dirty. But we were up 7-1, and then all of a sudden I felt a literal like shift in the air. And then they scored 6 runs in 1 inning.
There's just like one guy
and tied it up. No, it was all of them banding together. Like,
did they like have a group meeting or something?
It was like somebody. It was like Brigette like ulted. And rallied to
they
me.
Just like charged all their ults.
And then they all used it.
Team wiped you.
Yeah, they did. And I started out in right field, but I got too tired to do that, so they moved me to catcher. And I just squatted down the whole game and caught some stuff.
Just for imagery, Gabe was wearing just a plain white T-shirt and shorts.
Blue. baby blue T-shirt.
Yeah.
And
by the end of it was brown for sure.
By the end of it was brown
and bloody.
But we ended up coming back and winning 10-8 by the end of it. So now we're 1-0. But our next game is tomorrow. You know what? Our next game's tomorrow, and I've been moved to the pitcher.
Oh, so we got to see that in action.
And I thought about it, and I was like, damn, that's kind of an insult because it's slow pitch. So all you got to do is toss it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm behind a net.
Oh, so it's kind of bad to be the pitcher.
I'm the most liable person on the team.
Be the pitcher.
Yeah. Because I mean, realistically, you're just going up there to get creamed.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, but I've been practicing a lot of ball. I've been practicing a lot of pitching. So
you're just in there at like whatever, like
I've been playing a lot of skee
facility. Ball. Yeah. Like the hacky sack
by
game
myself.
At US or whatever. Bolero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of cornhole.
Yeah. And wait, I actually have a really historic baseball story moment.
Okay.
I don't know if I said this already, but ever say the story of when I pissed my pants in baseball?
No, you have not.
Oh.
I want to hear it.
Well, just like my grandpa. It was kind of like the jeans. But this
you like had like a
I thought I had a flashback
to your grandpa hiding from the Nazis underneath the floor, and then you're like at third base, like, oh, I need to pee.
Was actually in left field. I was left field. And if you don't know, if you're in the outfield in Little League,
you suck.
You suck.
Yeah. So it's kind of like being the pitcher for a men's slow pitch softball league.
In the same position. And I was just like, it was the longest inning of my life, and I had to pee so bad, and I was just like out there, and it's just like, every pitch was like 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh.
You know, just like and then they ball out, and then
Yeah, it was kid pitch.
like yeah, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna pee. Like I have to pee so bad. I made the conscious choice to piss myself, and
Did any balls come to you?
no, I was just
Not
standing
many
there.
power hitters.
Like no one can really see. So I was kind of like, if I pee now, it'll give it time to like dry out. So maybe by the time I get in the inning, in the outfield or whatever,
Yeah.
the dugout, it'll be like less visible.
Yes.
And it very soon, shortly after it was the,
It
our
was an
turn.
inning change
and I was up to hit. It's-
with bead pants.
yeah, like I don't think anyone saw
Or
but
noticed.
I
I
hit.
mean, no one questions that. If your
Yeah.
legs are wet, it's like,
Yeah, and then I hit a homer.
no, you didn't.
I did.
You hit a home
I
run
hit a
with,
homer
piss
with piss
pants?
pants.
And did you
And then-
jog around the?
Yeah, and then the whole team like was on me, like lifting me up and like and I'm just like,
You guys are touching my
like,
pee.
you guys did. Nobody here knows that I pissed myself.
The hero of
And
the
then- yeah.
hour.
And then
Damn.
I was like, after that the game ended pretty shortly after that ended. Like one of my friends, it was actually Raleigh Webb,
Oh, okay.
who was in the NFL now.
He was now in the NFL and a fan
Yeah.
of the Epic Show podcast.
Yeah, I remember he asked me, they needed somebody for his team. And these are like the big kids, real deal. They're like, we need an extra player if you want to join ours. I was like,
And they just saw you hit a bomb.
yeah. So I was like, nah, I got to go.
Nah.
That
I'm
was
about to
like-
acquire a rash from having
Yeah.
too much pee on myself for too long.
So now every time, like, I just piss myself all the time now. It's like a good luck charm.
Oh, nice. I'm guessing you didn't pee yourself before you went to talk to Reverend Warnock.
Yeah, no.
That was
I
the
should have.
missing link.
If I went back in time, you take a picture and it's just like me with like khakis with piss.
And then you return back to your date. Like,
I got the picture. So yeah.
and God knows you don't drink any water. You just drink black coffee. So
Oh,
it's got to
yeah,
be the
dude.
most grotesque,
It's just like
And
the
eye-stinging pee I've ever smelled in my
it's
life.
so like
So,
acidic.
word of the day.
Oh, you didn't have a word
Odiferous.
today?
Odiferous.
Odiferous? What does that mean?
It just means a foul odor. It's
Oh.
it's the long version of odor. Odiferous. I saw
Okay.
a food reviewer use it, and then
Bitter.
everyone in the comment was like, "Odiferous."
What is he talking about?
So yeah,
That's something of like a name of somebody like important.
yeah, odiferous.
It's me. Arnold Odiferous.
Oswald.
and I invented
Oswald odiferous. I invented the cane.
Dude, but Warnock's gonna come back in this story, in my story I have today.
Okay, yeah,
But
let's hear it.
I have a lot of cursed. I had probably the most cursed night I've ever had.
Okay,
Like afterwards, I was just like it felt like a cursed presence was like. I had a shower afterwards. It was just like really cursed night.
this is foul.
We started off the night at Hooters. Nothing really happened at Hooters, but it's
As you
just
do.
It's a good way to start the day,
Mm-hmm.
the night. And yeah, outside of the Hooters was this the Christian magician. And I just like I have the face of a guy who I can get this guy face. So
Yeah,
obviously he
very
came up to me
gettable
and I was
guy.
like, okay. And he comes up with like the cars like
He's like,
hey man, can
doing
I
this
stop
stuff.
you for a second? Like
Yeah.
like and I'm like, all right. And immediately he goes up to Caroline
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, oh, you're real gorgeous, like whatever, like just complimenting her, just like doing this, like you have really pretty eyes, you know that?
Just rizzing on your
Just
girl
like-
right in front of you
Yeah, and he's married, by the way.
with his talents showing.
Yeah, wait, let me show you this guy, just to give you
Okay.
a picture. I'll put a picture in the video as well. This is just like the most, like he's even doing the thing in the picture. Look, wait, he's doing
That's the Christian magician.
Yeah,
He looks
And
like
he's-
Christian Cook.
He looks like, I don't know. He had a fresh lineup and everything, like just outside of Hooters.
Why is he outside of Hooters?
I don't know. And he's
Is
wearing
his
like
wife okay with him outside of Hooters?
he's wearing like Dr.
He's
Stone's,
wearing
like, the
a
time stone on
Doctor,
his
yeah.
yeah, and like
Yeah, this guy sucks.
he was dripped out, I guess, to the max.
Let's
And
hear
then
it.
he like raps. So he has like I guess
While he does magic?
and it's all about God too.
Okay.
So it's like, and he was still like rizzing as well. Like,
Okay.
he was like, he had me pick a card. It was like a 5. And then he was like, is this your card? And it was a 2. And I was like, no. And he's like, and then he like did some magic, whatever. And it's like, got the 5. And he's like, 5 times 2 is 10. And like she a dime or whatever. Like,
Oh,
you know, like, and then he's telling me like,
it's like the guy from Nathan For You in the rehearsal.
what do you mean?
It's that Christian guy from the rehearsal.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Who just like every time like it's like a 222 or like something on his
Yeah.
steering wheel or on the card, or he checks his watch and he's like, oh my God, it's 555. He's like 5 times 5 is 25, and that means that
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
go to the
get
lottery.
25 virgins in heaven.
Yeah. No, everything he did was like a rhyme. Like he's like, and he's telling me like, you got to respect her, put a ring on her. Like that's
Or else I will.
obey the Lord. Like, yeah. And he's like, is that your card? Make sure you respect the Lord. Like, like he was like doing bars and shit. Like,
While rizzing on your girl.
yeah. And he did the classic like, the one thing he was like, he wanted us to like kiss, like as part of the, I guess, act. Like, he said a rhyme and it rhymed with kiss or something, and it's like, you got to kiss your girl. Like, watch me.
What if this is y'all's like first date? Like,
Yeah.
well,
No,
hitters, but-
no, I actually, so basically what happened was like, he's trying to get a donation out of me, right? He's like, yo, like, see how I made y'all smile? Like, if you want to donate, like,
a dime will go a mile.
yeah, basically. And he's like, talking about how he's got Cash App, whatever. And I'm like, oh, like, what's your Instagram? Just trying to be like, I'll follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, how about that?
And he's like, oh, yeah, it's just the light skin eye, whatever. And then I follow him. I'm like, all right, I appreciate it, man. He's like, he like pulled Caroline's shirt, like, and pulled out like a dongle with like a credit card swiper. He's like, I also take card. And I was like, bro, leave me alone. Like, he was so like in your face too.
Why did you take my girlfriend's dongle out of her bra?
Bro, chill, please. Like,
That was my girlfriend's dongle.
you just de-dongled my girl, bro. And I was like, he was so like in your face. Like if you inch away, he like encroaches on you further.
Yeah.
So I was like, at this point,
A very invasive species.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like did, and then my credit card was in there, and he just like got it and swiped my shit. And
Got
I'm
it.
like, appreciate y'all. Remember, John 3:16. Remember that. I'm like, bro, ain't money the root of all evil? Shouldn't you know that? He just robbed me. No, like I literally like checked my wallet.
Your credit card's in there.
I checked my wallet after because he was that good. I was like, this guy definitely like.
He's like, MasterCard.
Oh, Wells Fargo, huh? Said decline, by the way. Well, maybe if you didn't charge $500. So yeah, and he like he's the Christian magician, but he's outside of Hooters, and like on his Instagram, he's like, yeah, here's my most popular trick, and he like puts a cigarette like through like this girl's like like shirt or something. Like,
He like puts a cigarette
like-
in a condom and then
he's like, this is the one I do at adult parties. I'm like, what kind of Christian
he's
magician
like,
goes
Jesus
to?
hung out with adult parties.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and then so yeah, I had to cleanse myself of that.
That's disgusting.
But no, when I followed him on Instagram, our friend Niall follows
He
him.
already,
So
he
I-
already got
I-
the whole deal. Yeah.
I DM'd him, and I was like, bro, like, you know this guy? Like, he harassed me the other night. And he replied,
He's
hold
like,
on.
yeah, it's my cousin.
yeah, well, listen to what he said.
Okay, funniest shit ever. In high school, I went to like a Braves game. Like the school, I think if you had enough like points or something like that, you get to go to a Braves game. Me and this girl that I liked that I was talking to, he did a magic trick, and like he had us kiss each other. It was the wildest shit ever. I mean, props to him because he had me kiss this girl that I like, but like, I think it was it might have been uncomfortable for her. Eventually, me and her started dating, but yeah.
W.
Yes. And then I told him what he did to us. What I just said.
He's still at it.
And he's like, what the fuck? Like, and he's.
Man, bro, he was so weird. Like, he was very like pushy. Like, something's up with that guy. Something is up with that dude for real. No way you had that experience, bro. What the fuck?
Like,
And of course, Niles still follows him.
yeah. I was like, I know like somebody else has been got by this guy. But I'm happy with myself that I didn't give him money because I almost did. I was like,
Yeah, you're
very
usually the
close.
guy that's going to go
I
good.
usually would fold.
You'd get pressured into it.
Yeah. 'Cause
Even if it's your
I was-
last dollar.
I was just like, I appreciate you, man. I'll see you. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that was good. But then,
That was completely solicited. So
so after that, we decided, okay, what if we close off the night with an improv show? I wanted to like see comedy. I was like, it was like a last minute thing. So like all we really saw was this improv place.
yeah.
And but first of all, I tried to, it's like a non-profit place or something, and I tried to pay for the tickets and the machine wasn't working. And they had this like little donation thing. Like it's like $10 for a donation. And they're just like, okay, so our machine's not working, so we're just gonna have you swipe this 4 times for the tickets. I'm just like, what? So they just like takes my card and just like, ting, like puts it in this $10 like donation thing, and it doesn't work. And
Dude,
I'm like,
if it's a nonprofit, why are you taking money?
I don't know. Well, like they just don't make money from.
Why y'all
I don't
profiting
really know.
then?
You're profiting off of me, clearly. But yeah, I don't know. That was just a weird way to start.
I would have been like, no. You're swiping my card 4 times? This just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. But anyway, after that, so this was like the most cursed like theater ever. So we were the only people like in our 20s there.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, so in front of us was like old ass people, like gray hair, bald, everything, like at least 50. And then to the left of us was like this weird group of like people who like peaked in college. Like they talked about it later. Like they went to like UGA and Clemson, and they're just like all like 38, 35.
classic.
Like just like
Back
you could
whenever
tell
college
like they
was
peaked.
easy and cheap.
Like they definitely like peaked. You could
Yeah.
tell. Like that was the vibe that they were giving off. So like the whole thing that they did that night was like they go up to you and like talk to you, and then make like a scene out of it in
Yeah.
some way. So like the first one was
Which
like
is
kind
pretty
of
cool.
funny. Like
I would
it was,
like to
like-
do that.
Yeah. It was like it was like it was like this couple that like their first date with like Chili's or whatever, and they like made fun of it. Like it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And they went up to me and like, have you ever met a celebrity? And I was like, I actually met Raphael Warnock this week. Or like recently. And so I said this Raphael Warnock story. If you don't know, it's basically when
He went
I
up to
didn't-
Raphael Warnock in
Yeah.
public, and Raphael Warnock treated him like an
was just-
annoying
yeah.
fan.
it was just really
just dubbed
awkward.
him.
I didn't get a picture, and I told him all the details. And then they just acting as me, like just acting like a super shy, like they did the fist bump and everything. It was like super weird, like watch like them playing me
Yeah.
and Caroline, like
That's funny.
like fist bumping me. And they did that scene like 5 times. So like, okay, so now let's change the setting. So let's do that scene in a different country. And then they did it in like, so now we're doing meeting Raphael Warnock in North Korea. And it's just like really weird, like different settings. It was weird.
Was it getting laughs?
Yeah. I mean, it got overplayed. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
You like stand up and you're like, enough. It's like
I get it.
It's like such a, this is like, that's like, just sounds like such a hellscape for you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and just like a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Like, not only did they reenact it once, and then they did it in like Portugal, and then
They did it. It
they
was
did it in Spain. It's like, okay, it's not funny anymore.
I know. Let's get out
And
of
then
here.
you get up and you start acting like them.
Yeah. Like, do you like this? Like,
It's like, what's your body count?
and yeah, they were like making fun of me, like acting like Caroline, being like, "Go take a picture with him. Like, show me that you're a man." Like, you know, like. And then
Show me that you're a man.
And then he goes up. They did a whole bit like acting like I didn't really know who that was. Like was like, oh, isn't that like that football player? Like just making me racist, basically. Like, in
Oh,
this
that's that
skit.
baller.
I was like, oh yeah, that's that guy who plays sports, probably. Like basically, what's that was?
Yeah.
And then so yeah, after that, we started just to notice the weird vibes in the room because it was just like everybody was plastered, and in front of us was like, so the old people in the crowd that I mentioned earlier, they turned out to be swingers,
Oh no.
like which came out like pretty evidently
Into the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was like I forgot like how it came out, but they just basically outed each other like, yeah, like we call her Candy, and like we met on Halloween. And like
of
the girl in
course.
front of us was like plastered, just being like, "Whoa!" Like, and her arms were on like two different guys. Like, and it came out like the people in the. I guess if you put a pineapple on your
Yeah.
I didn't
In
know
your
that.
shopping cart upside down.
Yeah.
I'm a
Okay.
swinger. Nah, I'm kidding. I just know
Yeah.
everything there is to know. And then like if you have pineapples or lawn chairs out in your front lawn,
Yeah.
swinger. It's a
Yeah.
secret society
It's really-
that lives among
it
us.
was
It's
really
pretty cool
weird,
though.
Like, and they were also like really hyper conservative. So
course.
like in the different sketches they were doing, they would make little comments. Like when I mentioned Warnock, they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry," like saying like, "I'm sorry you met him," and like, something about like in one of the skits was making a donation, like, "Oh, like here, like take this money to Warnock or whatever," and he's like, he would take donations or whatever, like.
Oh my god.
Just like making little like super conservative
Yeah.
comments throughout the night. Oh, yeah. So it was just like racist swingers in front of us and like peaked college people in the left, and like everybody's plastered, and we're just like in the middle of it being the only like normal people in the room.
Well, it was better than my nights this weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not really. Yeah, actually that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't put in
Anyway.
any awkward situations where I was being psychoanalyzed by
It's being it.
Joe Blows.
Yeah.
But there's worse ways to spend your weekend. The Christian Magician.
Anyway, so what we got next for this week? So you had a
I have a brain buster for you.
brain buster? Okay.
Okay. I had to write this all down because I read this and this is one of the most unbelievable stories I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
So, Roman Emperor Elagabalus,
Okay.
renowned as the most horrid emperor to ever live, and he was only in office for 4 years.
Okay. Who is he from?
Rome.
Oh. Okay.
So, some of his favorite things to do were chaining naked women to the chariots and having them run it while he whipped them.
Whoa.
Weird.
Yeah.
Also, like to release poisonous snakes into the stands of the gladiator games as he watched his people get bit and die and refuse medic aid.
So they're just in like a pit, like getting bit
Like at the
by-
gladiator games, like
Yeah.
in the Colosseum.
Right.
He would have his zealots go and release poisonous snakes into the crowd
Okay.
and watch from his box. Like,
So he just loves like watching people get tortured.
oh yeah. He was 14 and he ended up getting assassinated at 18, and his body got drugged through the city so that everybody could do a little bit of damage to the body, and then after it was done, they threw the remains in the sewer. Like hit his body or like
Oh,
take
okay.
parts off
I
because
see.
they
Okay.
hated him so much, and then he got dumped in the sewer.
Okay. Jeez.
He also enjoyed tossing gold and silver off of his balcony down to the poorest part of the city and watch the poor people fight and kill each other over the shillings.
Just like oh. Just like watching murder.
Yes.
Why is he why can you be 14 and
He's a
rule?
dick. I don't know.
That's like the little like brat kid like Sid from Toy Story, and you're like, "Oh, you want to be emperor?"
Yeah.
It's like,
He's like, okay. He also held a citywide feast and decided to let lions and leopards out of their cage as they mauled the citizens who thought they were getting a free feast from the government.
oh, so it's like, oh, come to this free feast night. It's free. And then it's just like,
And then
guards,
and then you lose your family.
unleash the Kraken.
Unleash the lions.
Yeah.
He also appointed his government positions to men purely by the size of their penis.
We should, yeah. I actually agree with that one.
He was also he was renowned as the horniest emperor to ever live. And he would fuck guys and girls, and he would fuck the appointed members of the society, but he would take it back road by the big penis guys.
Yeah.
That were also his employees.
That's really what he wanted, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like, can you just like pull down your pants real quick? It's just like,
It's like, yeah, the laws are cool and all, but you should come fuck me.
yeah.
I'm
Just
14.
like, what if it's someone who's like supposed to be a guard and they're like 4'11", but they have like huge knockers, so they're just like, like defending
You're now the council.
you're now the general of this army. Like,
You're now the city lawyer.
okay, I've never really
I can't read.
yeah, like I've never really like attacked anyone or been in a fight.
Your penis is big.
Yeah,
It's good. When his advisor, he had a personal advisor at 14. When his advisor told him that the people were going to rise up and rebel against him, he stabbed his personal advisor 10 times in the throat and killed him.
Next,
Next.
new advisor, please. I didn't like his advice.
And he was also the first emperor to ever try and become transgender by incision.
What?
He was asked if he could. He asked the town doctor if they could give him a vagina, so that his
technology was
his employees could rail him.
What do you just like rip it off somebody else and just like do a little switcheroo?
No, he just wanted like an incision somewhere in his body so that
he
they
just
could
wanted a
fuck.
hole.
Yeah, he wanted an extra. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Roman emperor.
Huh. I don't see why people didn't like him though.
It sounded like a good time.
Seems like
And he also collected spider webs
how do you
for no one knows why. He liked to collect spider webs.
yeah. Jeez, how did you find out about this guy? You just look up like,
EpicShowPodcast.com.
and it was just
And it was an ad for him
Wiki like
and all of
Wiki.
his crimes. He would also he was also famous for throwing orgies. So like
Oh, yeah.
citywide orgies. I don't know who let that guy in charge, but
When was that? What period of time was that?
1820 AD.
AD.
Mhm.
Okay.
The more you
guy's
know.
The draft of most problematic emperors. #1 pick.
He's number one.
Yeah.
He's not very well known because nobody wanted to talk about him after his death, so that he wouldn't
just bury
so
that.
that he wouldn't get like excited in heaven or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're talking about me.
Yeah. They still
I did
keep
something.
my name out their mouth. Just like my dick
Damn,
was.
I'm really that guy,
Yeah.
bro. Hey, I'm him.
Hey, Lola.
So what do you say we do a little appreciation for Women's History Month
I would
Guys.
love to.
as a couple of women respecters?
And a refined gentleman as ourselves.
Yeah. A couple of women's rights activists.
This female
herself.
cat wouldn't have chosen me if I wasn't.
She can sense my good vibes.
My chivalrous vibe.
Okay, so who wants to start this one off?
I mean, you're the gentleman here, so
Okay. So you think I should start this guy off?
I agree.
Okay. So drafting inspirational women. I think for me, Serena Williams has got to be my number one. Inspirational. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Serena Williams. I think she's hot.
What?
So it's actually one of my celebrity crushes.
Okay. That's interesting.
Well,
She's
that's
literally like.
I mean,
don't know.
yeah.
She like paved the
She-
way for women in sports.
yeah, in sports.
Yeah. And just being inspiring.
But does
in
it
general.
beat Lisa Ann, the number one MILF category porn star of all time.
What?
Most influential.
In the MILF category?
Well, yeah, it's women.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I've
empowering.
never heard of.
Dude, who do you think's more influential? I mean, actually, no. This is actually very provable. Are more women sex workers or more women tennis players?
I have no idea.
I think
actually.
I'm correct. How do you not know?
You think there's more
That's easy.
sex workers than tennis
There's more
players?
girls that have OnlyFans than that play tennis.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennis is a pretty big sport. But
Yeah. No, but I love
Alright.
Serena Williams.
like, I guess it's the little direction of this draft's going.
This is influence.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. My number 2 pick for influence,
Mhm.
Oprah. Oprah's like the queen of everything.
I agree. I love Oprah.
Dude,
she's actually one
like
of my picks.
top, like, inspiring woman.
She has her own network.
Yeah. And she's still,
Oprah, if you're open
if you're open to
If you're open
be epic, you know.
to being epic, you could always just hit us up. My number 2 has to be Bad Baby.
Bad Baby?
Hmm?
Is
Catch
that,
Me Outside Girl.
Oh, I was thinking of Bad. Is it Bad Bunny?
No, that's the rapper.
Okay,
Who's
yeah.
a male
Bad
and
Baby?
Hispanic. Yeah, I love Bad Baby.
Yeah. Okay, so
She's always been one of my favorites. She's very beautiful to me.
Okay.
And I
You
hope she
think
sees
she's-
this.
I mean, she really did in meme culture. She was pretty impactful.
One of the most
Catch Me
influential
Outside
memes.
is
People
pretty-
still say that.
Yeah. And she paved the way, like the music industry. She really,
She really paved the way in the music industry
yeah.
for young white female artists who,
Okay.
who are trying to break into the trap.
Yeah. That's a pretty good pick, I'd say. But I'd say it's not, it's quite as good as Rosa Parks. Because that's, I mean,
The one who denied to move.
yeah. But she also just fought for,
Rosa
Civil rights.
Brick Wall Parks.
Yeah.
Nothing was stopping her.
nothing, dude, that story, talk about inspiring. Like, that's like, just transcends women's rights, transcends civil rights. Like,
It's
that's just
bigger
like,
than women.
it is.
That's influencing humankind.
Yeah.
I
You
like
don't like, you don't give up your seat for nobody.
No, I don't.
Even though like it's like the it's like a
Even though men
pregnant
are
woman
supposed
with
to sit up.
pregnant woman with like 3 babies, and you're like,
You're on the subway. You're like, I'm trying to play Subway Surfer.
I'm on my Rosa Parks shit. Get out of here.
No.
Skedaddle. You like completely missing the point of like
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Third
my
pick?
number 3, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, she's in terms of influence, like she's probably the most
All y'all
influential-
trying to look like her.
She paved the way for
She has paved the way for modern day beauty. I mean, it's unhealthy, but
yeah, it's bad.
it's bad.
Maybe in a
It's
bad way. but
influence, but
you can't say it's not
You can't
influence.
argue the power of the influence.
Yeah.
I know most of y'all men are wearing Skims right now.
Yeah. I mean, she's a bad biddy for sure, I guess.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
And if Kim Kardashian ever wants to be on the Epic Show as well, I'd love
She
to have
really,
her.
yeah. Number 4 pick, I'm going to go Amelia Earhart. Dude, she flew.
Oh, she flew.
She
Yeah,
flew,
wait,
bro.
that's pretty epic.
like
She flew.
first woman to fly a plane, and she flew it around
That's
the
facts.
whole U.S.
I mean,
Come
so
on.
they say. But no, I'm just,
Yeah, just like, wow, it probably wasn't. It was probably just a state.
no, she's epic as fuck.
Yeah, that's
She's so epic that she turned every other female into a flight attendant.
yeah.
Because it's so hard to follow into the footsteps. Dude, it'd be so, like, I've only seen a handful of female pilots, but it's hard for them,
I never really noticed. Yeah, that's true.
right? Like, have you ever been flown by a female pilot?
No,
I want to see a female pilot.
is that it? Yeah, I don't know why that is. Why is it hard?
I don't
It's
know.
hard to-
I think they get paid a lot more if they do it.
Hmm.
It's just not an attractive job to females, I don't think.
I guess. So it's not
Being
like they're
cockpit all
getting
day.
denied it. They just don't.
No.
Interested. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like it's like coding.
Yeah, I
like,
guess so.
Women coders get started off at like 20 bands more than men just because
Just because it's more
just because
Yeah. less
diversity.
likely.
Mhm.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay.
4th pick.
My number 4, Aubrey Plaza. For
That's
her
a good
role,
pick.
for her constant role of being the weird girl.
Yeah.
Shout out all the weird girls,
Yeah,
man.
she paved the way for weird girls. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
That's a good pick.
You guys need to let your light shine through. She's so beautiful. You know, she's working in Atlanta right now.
Really?
Mhm.
For what?
Jordan's boyfriend is working as a light guy on her show.
No way.
Yeah. She's there.
That's
She
awesome.
smiles at people, apparently.
Yeah, she seems really nice. There's a interview of her on Conan, and Conan's like, well, if you were 8 years old, and I wouldn't have been allowed to talk to you when you're 8 years old, but if I asked you about performing, was performing something that was on your mind?
Mhm.
Like at the time, she's like, no. She's like, I probably would have just been, come with me in the woods. Like, I found a skull, and I know it was from a baby. Like she's just like. She's like, yeah, I was just into like make believe stuff like that. It's so funny.
I love her, bro. I love her.
Yeah.
She's so epic.
She's a great woman for sure.
She's a great woman.
Okay, so for my number 5, Ice Spice.
Damn it. I didn't even think
You
about
got
her.
it. Dude, the munch movement
She
is
grabs
crazy.
her da-da-da.
Yeah, I think the munch movement is like,
It'll never die.
yeah.
As long as I'm still living.
I think that'll be in like history books alongside like,
Amelia Earhart.
yeah. It's really on par with
Yeah, I
Amelia
agree.
Earhart. So you're going to close it out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to close it out with... Okay, so my number 5, I'm going to have to go with Hillary Duff.
Oh. Throwback pick.
Some people call her a Britney Spears clone. I think she did it all on her own.
Bars.
And that's a VAR.
I don't even know where Hillary Duff is. I think I saw her on
People love like...
the Ned's Declassified podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's like an
Where
interview.
dreams go to die. But people love editing Hillary Duff with like a huge ass for some
Yeah.
reason now. And it's so funny. It's just like, oh, Hillary Duff, you're just going to just make her butt obscenely large.
I think because like in the show, like the cartoon character of her had like no ass at all. So maybe that's where it comes from.
Oh.
It's like, oh, like it's funny if I just
Just make it huge.
make it huge now, I guess.
But yeah, shout out women.
Yeah, shout out y'all.
All the
We
women of
respect you.
influence. And
We respect all of you
even the women that are getting influenced.
for sure. Whether you're an influencer or influencee, we respect it.
I stand by you.
In solidarity. In solitude. So yeah, if you're a woman, make sure you click the like button, and
I'm sure you
we'll
loved
send you
all
$5. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
National Women's Day. I'll send you everything I have, darling. Get them, bro, guys. If you have a girlfriend, this is the little inside sauce, bro.
Yeah,
Get them a cactus.
that's true.
They love cacti.
Yeah, or just a plant. in
No,
general. Oh.
just a cactus. Because then you're gonna have to be like picking the shit up and stuff like that. But cactuses are like they can do they can do shit on their own.
Yeah, they just sit there. You don't need water or anything. That's
Mhm.
pretty good. Good idea. All
Vibe.
right, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for tuning in,
New episodes every Monday at 5 a.m. But
and we love you.
Discord and bio. And
5 stars.
yeah, make sure you guys please counter our haters with 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.